Okay, I'm keeping so we're nice and quiet. So here's why. I need to talk to you for a quick minute. I am always shocked at how little stuff you guys don't know. So I'm going to tell you two stories about sweet, sweet Thomas. So number one story, he had to mail something back to us. He was at college, and he needed to mail us the proof of something. And I'm like, just put it in the mail. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm all, put it in an envelope in the mail. And he finally admitted, I don't know how to address an envelope. And I said, what the hell are you talking about? He goes, where do I put our address? Like in the little corner? And I thought, are you stupid? I said, no, that's not how you address an envelope. Like I had to actually like send him a picture. So then today or last night, Thomas has a rich friend. I don't know how he met this girl, but she lives in Danville, yay her. Her family has a house in Hawaii. It's her 21st birthday, and he was invited to her 21st birthday party. As long as he could fly to Hawaii, he gets to stay in her house, do all this stuff. Yay for him. He had to fly a plane ticket and go to Hawaii this morning. And so last night, he and his buddy were going, and the flight leaves at 9:20 from SFO. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, we're pretty happy with the flight we got because we don't have to get up early. And my husband and I didn't say anything. And my husband goes, Thomas, what time are you leaving for the airport? And he goes, Sam is going to come pick me up about 8 in the morning. And my husband goes, well, you won't make your flight to SFO. And we live in by the crossings, right?
Wait, what time is this flight?
9 a.m. Yes. And so I said, Thomas, you won't make it to your flight. And he goes, Mom, I'm looking at Google Maps. It's a 45-minute drive. And I said, yes, dumbass. It's 10 o'clock at night. What time? It's rush hour traffic. And I said, it's an hour and a half drive. And he's like, okay, we'll leave a little bit earlier. And he goes, again, 9:20 flight. And he goes,
What's it like 8?
And then he goes, this is the best part. He goes, okay, so we'll leave like at 7:45. And I said, what are you thinking? He goes, Mom, I checked my luggage online. And I said, so what? And he goes, I checked my luggage online. And I go, what are you trying to tell me? And he goes, I could just get onto the plane because I checked my luggage online. And I said, how do you think the suitcase gets on the plane? And he goes, you give it to them. And I said, you give it to who? And he goes, the people at the airport. I go, okay. And he goes, so you just walk in and you hand it to them. And I go, there are going to be 300 people on your flight. I go, who do you think, and what do you think you're going to do? And he goes, oh, so there might be a line. And I thought, oh my God, you're never going to make your flight. So yes, did he leave at 6:30 this morning? Yes, I'm assuming it is 9:40 that he is flying. I haven't gotten an, oh my God, I'm not anywhere. But sometimes, I love you all. You're so dumb. So really quickly, I am going to, with that in mind, tell you what banking does, right? You realize that banking thanks you for giving you their money. You're going to give your money to the bank, and they're going to thank you by giving you 4% interest. Do they do that because they're nice? No. Why do they give you that money? Does anyone know why a bank gives you money for interest? Why?
It's because they use your money to make money.
Yes, so here's what happens. I put my money in, and you now are going to come to the bank and say, I'd like to buy a new home. And the bank is going to say, sure, we have money to loan you, but now instead of 4% interest, you're going to pay 7% interest. And the bank pockets the 3%, right? That's how banking works, right? So we're going to be talking about some banking things today with a thing called compound interest. When your Nana wants you to not lose your money, they're going to put it in a bond, and they're going to give you interest one time a year, just once a year, right? And every year they're going to give you a little interest, and that's good. But the better the interest, the better the bank, the better the investment, the more often that they will thank you. They might thank you twice a year, or 3 times a year, or every month. And the reason that matters is because every time they thank you, every time they give you interest, it's not just on the money that's in the bank, it's on the money that's in the interest in the bank. So the more often that they thank you, the more money you make. So we're going to talk today about a thing called compound interest. That means interest on interest on interest. There are 3 formulas for compound interest. You know 2 of them, and we're not going to worry about those 2. So let's start with the basic compound interest, and it's the nano one. So the 3 versions, the first one, you don't have to write this down, is the nano one. And that is your nana saying they're going to just thank you once a year. Annually, they will say to you, thank you for giving us your money. You did this already. It's very basic. Will we have a problem like that on the test? Yes, but probably with depreciation or something like that, not interest, right? The second type of interest is called continuous compound interest. And you know what? We don't actually do that in the real world. Continuous. And here's why. What that is saying is that the bank is thanking you every second of the day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Here's more interest, here's more interest, here's more interest. It's too expensive for the bank. And the formula looks like this. It's got that E, right? So now instead of being 1 plus something, it's 2.7. It's too expensive for banks. So what most banks do, and investments, they do a thing called, and you're going to write this down, basic compound interest. Are you ready? And we're going to talk about that. So this is on your notes. Here we go. It's our last formula. On the test, I will give you a sheet that has the 4 formulas I've been working with. I'm not going to tell you which one to use, but they're going to be on there. You're going to have to figure that out. So we have over here, let's talk. We've got 1 more new letter, but you guys know a lot of these already. So here we go. P always is the money that you start with. How much are you putting into your investment? What's your starting point? That's really in economics, that's called principal. That's what you put in. A at the end is the money that you end with, right? I don't know what the A stands for. I know what the P stands for. R is your interest rate. And it is usually called an AYP. You don't need to worry about that. That's called your annual or yearly rate. But it's your interest rate. And they're going to give it to you as a percent. And we use it as a decimal. T, we're jumping down to T, is the time that you're going to invest. Time to invest. How long are you willing to let them have your money? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? How long are you willing to let them have it? Now, the last thing is called N, and it's our new thing. And that is called your compounding rate. And here's what. It's the number of times a year that the bank will thank you, right? So the number of times the bank says thank you. But here's what they're going to say it. They're not going to say it really in a way that you're used to. You're going to say it like this. Your interest will be compounded semi-annually. What does semi-annually mean? How many times a year is semi-annually? Anyone know? Twice. So the N would be 2. Semi-annually means that your N, you're being thanked twice a year. They may say, we're going to thank you. We're going to compound it monthly. How many months are in a year? 12. That N would be 12. If they say, oh, it's a good rate, it's a good bank, we're compounding weekly. How many weeks are in a year? 52. Nice. They may even say daily, right? And that's 365. What's a very common one is quarterly. How many thank yous is that? 4. Oh, you're so good. Are you ready? So here's the formula. Write her down. A equals, oh, it all looks familiar. A plus 1. Here's where it gets a little dicey. Ugh, I don't love this. R over N and N times T. When will we use logs? We will use logs mostly with T or N. If we're missing T or N, we need to use logs. It's rare that we do N though. We just mostly use T. Okay. I'm taking a deep breath here because I feel like I'm dirty and I feel like my feminist card is gone. Because was I asked to put people in a word problem? Yes. Did those people ask me to give them nice bodies? Yes. Did I say like Kim Kardashian bodies? Also yes.
She gave me like the wrong person. Yeah,
I should have.
Okay.
There we go. They're not real, but that's not a real nature body. But you know what I like? I made y'all look at it.
I don't know.
You know, what's easy up?
Why is it called
I didn't put I think.
No, you don't need to.
Can I do it? Let's put Colton on here. Okay, here's a Colton.
No. No, that's 30.
Okay, hold on a second. I can't, this is gonna take just a minute because I gotta.
This is on tape.
It's so is, and this, you deserve this. You're not gonna lie. So, let's get Colton's side, let's get Colton's side down here. Now you can see why it's taking so long to do this. Here comes Colton. Oh, there it comes. There's Colton's head. Okay, so now I can come off here. Okay, we're gonna cut Colton's head off. A new snip. I need it to be free form. And we are gonna come to here, and we are, oh dear Lord in heaven. Here we go.
That's all. That isn't that's all. That is it's now
You think that this takes no time? There, okay. Oh my God, here it goes. We're gonna do a little bit smaller. Oh, Colton, it's gonna be so good. All right.
I'm already watching the video tonight because I don't understand it. I was already like, what is going on?
Yeah. There he is. 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 That was totally worth doing. So there's Colton. Okay, so we're ready to do this problem. There. Oh, that just seems so wrong. And he's got like a little pinhead. I think that's what's important. Nana is giving back to everybody. So let's fill this out. Are we ready? Oh my God, people are taking pictures. A, P, R, N, and T. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll with this. So they're investing 20K. Yay for them. They get a 7% interest rate, 0.7. It is going to be compounded quarterly, 4. And they're going to invest it for 3 years. Guess what? This is literally a plug and crank problem. We are not looking for T or N, so it's all on your calculator. Grab your calculator out. My advice is to start with the parentheses. I'll show you what I mean by that. I need actually little Colton. I need to move him. I will. Watch this. I can
4
actually
years.
do that. I am moving him. Watch. And he can move around. Oh, no. He's coming over here. Oh, like he has to kind of be. I'm running out of room. There we go. We'll just put him up there. There. Oh, that just seems wrong. Okay, so are we ready? That's just horrifying. I'm going to go to jail. A equals 20,000 times 1 plus. Now, here's my advice, my sweet, sweet lambs. Let's start. Oh, it's N and T. I'm just going to make that 12. Here's what I would start with on my calculator. Do 0.07. Yeah? Over, or is it over 3? No, N is compounded quarterly. Start here, 0.07 divided by 4. Do that first. Plus 1. It equals, and then go to the 12th power. And then times by 20,000. 60? Yeah.
Not 24.
24.
6, yeah.
360? like that. 6289, right? 6. God, what is wrong with it? 628, does that seem right?
Yeah.
There we go. God, I had a really hard time with that. Okay, that's how much money they make. Let me ask you this. I want you to turn to your neighbor. How much of that was interest? How much of that was interest? How much of that was just the bank saying thank you? Yeah, 4,600. You just take out what you invested, right? You just take out what you invested, you get your interest, right? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. You got pictures of them? Because they're going away.
This for every class?
No, I showed everybody this picture, so yeah, you guys got just brutalized. Okay, here we go. Try this one. Guess what? I'm looking for time. You need to use logs on this one. Set it up. It's just a recipe. Plug it in, but on this one, the T is missing. So you're gonna have to isolate the exponential and use logs. Use your calculator. It is no monthly. Monthly, good question. So I'm going to get 35K at the end. Start with what you want to do on this is get rid of the 20K first.
Yeah, and then
Then you're going to log to bring the stuff down. Yeah, do the parentheses. But
log that number.
you know, yeah. So here's what I did. I did this. I did ln 35 over 20. Are you with me? And then I did ln 1 plus 0.04 over 12. You with me?
Yeah.
I just felt it was easier than rounding. I don't want to do a bunch of decimals, so I did it like that. Y'all cool with what I did? I'm lazy and I don't want to put a bunch of decimals in, so I just do it like that. And 12t. My very last step, I'm going to divide by 12. Are we feeling it? This will make this. The rest of your test this time is going to be so easy because now we've done this so much. But your calculator does all this. And if you bought that Amazon one I showed you, it will do all this plus.
Oh, I just
What is your perfect? I love that.
Just need the yard.
But bring it so you can start working on it.
It's the exact same one as this.
Oh, well, then you got that.
You divide like
1 plus 0.0. Oops. Okay, you guys got an answer? Can you share it with your neighbor how many years it's going to take to keep your investment? I'm going to give you a hint, it's more than 10 years. No. I got 14 years. How you feeling? Yeah? So here's what I did. I say here, I literally have a top breath. I just use friends. And on the
Ellen
right,
that.
so this
Ellen
side, the N is does not come out.
Oh,
sorry.
Oh no, yeah. Ellen, so 1 plus. You divide by 21st.
Sorry, I got so lazy, I forgot the L. Here we go.
Divided by ln this.
Are we okay?
1 point blah blah blah. When you divide it, I think.
Do you need me to walk you through it? Okay. So here's, are you gonna go put it in all at once like I did? Because you have a nice calculator, it'll do it. Are you ready? So what we're gonna do, you're gonna hit ln, and it should have a parenthesis, right? So you're gonna hit 35 divided by 20, close that parenthesis. Divided by ln,
Yes.
parenthesis, right? 1 plus, and here's what I did. Another parenthesis. I went like this, so I'm doing 2 parentheses here, right? So 0.04 divided by 12, close that parenthesis twice. Yeah, because do you see what I'm saying? And then hit equals, and then divide by 12. You with me? So do you see what I'm saying? Here's why if we don't do this, what your calculator will do is this. It will do 1 plus 0.04, and then divide the whole thing by 12. Yes, absolutely. Just make sure you use log for both. But if you want it to do all this for you, you got to put in 2 sets of parentheses. Everybody cool? Okay, last one, best one. So here's what. I'm missing numbers here. I want my money to triple, but I don't say how much money I have. So I am going to talk to some people here. Danny, if I made you open your wallet, how much cash you got on you? Like genuinely? No cash on you? How much you got cash on you? Okay, I like that. So if you want to triple your money, how much will you end up with? Yeah, sure. Jackson, how much cash you got on you? Oh, really? You got $80 in school?
In my car.
Okay, crazy. Go rob his car. $240, right? I don't have any cash on me, but I know I have $1 in my car. I always keep $1 bill. I'm going to make $3. Here's what. The first thing that we do with all these, even if you want to use X and 3 times X, the very first step is to divide. So 60 divided by 20, 3. 240 divided by 8, 3. 3 divided by 1, 3. My point is this. Choose a nice, easy number to start off with. Start with $1, make 3. Tell yourselves you're actually billionaires. You start with 1 billion, you want to end up with 3 billion. Do this problem. You get to decide where you're starting from. I start from an easy number, like 1. Someone in my other class said, could I just make it X? You could, but I don't even want to make it that hard. Do this problem, start with 1, end with 3. You just want to triple it. If you want to quadruple it, you'd start with 1, end with 4. If you wanted to double it, start with 1, end with 2.
How much money do you have?
Really,
How much do you bring around? You just bring around at the highest point.
I can purchase. I have my debit card, but I usually have a little bit of cash. But like sometimes like like I almost rarely have cash anymore, which is bad. You should always keep like $5. The P is 1 and the A is 3. Absolutely. And we are looking for time, so it's going to be another one of those LN or LOD ones. That double parentheses makes all the difference. So sometimes I just have to play with the calculator to make sure I know how it works. Hey, I'm going to check out that blue assignment because y'all did it, and I want to give you credit for it. So
y'all
if
did
you
it.
get that out in a second, not right this minute, I'm going to give you something for you.
I really hope I do. Like on Google.
Here I go. I'm going to do this problem. 3 equals 1 plus 0.06 over 12 times 12 t. ln 1 plus parentheses 0.06 divided by 12. Double parentheses. And then divide by. Yeah, I think I had 18.
I just stole your calculator.
I'll give it right back to you.
I got it.
Okay, so here I go. ln 3 divided. Just watch your parentheses. ln. That's why you just have to practice with this. 1 plus double parenthesis 0.06 divided by 12. Close double parentheses. And then I'm going to divide by 12 at the very end. I got about 18.3, so about 18 years. About 18 years. So let me tell you what's up on your homework. There are, so here's what. The first side I got from an Algebra 2 trig teacher online. The second side I got from a pre-calc college teacher, also online. I would like you all to do at least number 4. The front ones are easier. So if you're struggling, I need you to do a total of 6 problems. So if you would like to do 3 on the front, 3 on the back, you can. If you want to just do, I'll just say this. If you want to just jump straight into it, do number 4 and 4 on the back, you can. If you're feeling like Miss T, these are easy, right? So if you need a little more work, you give yourself an extra problem. But if you want to just be badass, do number 4 and then any 4 on the back, right? But if you get to the back and you're like, ugh, these are hard, then there you go. Maybe practice a few easier ones. That said, here comes 2 things. The guy who did the back, he does a whole answer key. I will put it in Google Classroom for you if you want to see it, if you're stuck on some of these. And then finally, here's the answer key. But he does them like he writes it out step by step if you need some help with the ones on the back, right? I'm done teaching, Jamie. And I will check off this blue one. That will be the last one I check off. Tomorrow we're going upstairs, so I won't check this off. We do review stuff. I don't check it off. So till the end of spring break, the middle of April, this will be the last one I check off. Is this blue one, because y'all did it. Say yay. Goodbye, people who are absent.